So here is the syllabus. It will be posted in Canvas. It'll have its own thing called Syllabus, and you'll see that. So we are fully online over here. Our first day of class is actually the 9th, as I said before. And our last day of class, this should be on a Saturday. Usually grades have to be in the following Tuesday. These are all my degrees in here. My original degree is in math education, and my master's and doctorate are in educational technology and educational leadership in here. This is the standard stuff. If you have not ordered a book yet, you need to do it because there's assignments in there right away. So you want to take care of it. I'll be a little bit lenient on the first week, but after that, we need to get these things done. This is one class where you can't afford to fall behind because it'll be an absolute nightmare trying to try to make it up. So this is the book. I think you can rent it for like $50, or I'm not 100% sure what the current rental thing is. So I'm going to go in here, and this is all standard stuff over here. This is what you're going to be getting graded on. Participation is, and discussions in here. Really, participation is not required in terms of attendance. So this will really probably be just this discussions in here. Again, with online, it's not required that you attend the sessions. However, again, like I said, you miss a lot if you don't attend. I've been teaching at Barry now. This is my 16th year, and the last, I think I'm being online now maybe 4 years in addition to in class. And what I found is those that attend all the sessions tend to do better. I'm talking about in the online. In the classroom, then attendance is required. So you're going to be doing some discussions in here. A lot of these assignments are mandated. So just bear with me, and I'll try to adjust them as possible. So these assignments are going to be your assignments, programming assignments. Then you're going to get a quiz, a book quiz for each chapter that we do. Then the final exam is really up for grabs. That usually is going to be a major project and not a written thing, which I'll discuss in there. And usually we do a payroll program. And then you're required to do a research paper in here, something that relates to programming. So this is the Barry grading scale on how things work. These are information about the quizzes. So you'll need to do them. They'll be in Canvas. You're going to be doing a project, and this is the final exam, is going to be a comprehensive project in here. And then you'll have a research paper, 4 pages, which double space is really not all that much in here. Responding, and this is all normal stuff over here. I do want to go over emails. I send out emails from time to time. It's really very important that you do check your Barry email. I don't send them to Gmail or MSN or any other email. I won't send them to the class through Barry. So make sure that you're checking your Barry email, because there's a lot of things in there. Again, this is all standard over here. Discussion board is you're going to discuss something, and then you're going to post it by, I think, Thursday night. I might have changed it to Friday because we start on a Tuesday, and then you're going to need to respond to 2 other students. And then this standard over here, okay, we are going to record the important parts of it. Right now I'm recording the syllabus in here so people can see what's going on. We're synchronous, of course we do through Zoom. Now,
hey, so I hate to interrupt you. I'm sorry about that.
That's
this
okay.
Is, Dwayne Hill. I look for the syllabus on Canvas, and
yes.
I see a syllabus from Dr. Deeb.
Yeah, that's an old syllabus. I haven't posted it yet because I was waiting for the approval with the changes in there. So I'll post it after this meeting.
Copy that. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So again, I will hold class every single Tuesday in here. Regardless, onlines are only required to have 4, but I just think this class you really need to be able to have availability to me so I will hold them every week. If there's something really important and we need to have a Saturday session as well, I'll be hopefully available. Just remember, I am teaching 5 classes, so it might be a little bit challenging, but usually Saturday mornings I'm available. And then this is all the standard over here. There's a COVID thing. If you get COVID, and I certainly pray that you don't, there's a whole thing in here. Just make sure that you let me know, and you need to fill out a form on how to do that. It's on the Barry website in here. This is the standard stuff in here. When you submit your paper, it'll be a turn it in assignment, so you should be familiar with that. You do everything the same. And again, this is kind of standard. If you have a Windows computer and you have an Intel 5, that's fine. I believe the latest version is i7 version 11. Anybody that still has Windows 7 Home Premium or Professional, get rid of it and upgrade to Windows 10. If you have a Mac, it'll work just fine here. You know that Microsoft always makes things low. Really, 8 gigabyte is what you really want to have. And this is standard stuff. You should have learned all of this in IT 190. And we are. Now, some of the professors use WebEx. I just use Zoom. I think Zoom is much, much better in here than that. So again, here's some technical assistance for you. And this is what I'm planning on doing here, is broken down by week. Now, I realize we have a lot of work to do, and we only have 7 weeks. That's why I'm saying you want to try to get everything down as quickly as possible in here. Chapters 1 and Chapter 2 is really not anything major. It just talks about how you actually write a program, what goes into it. And Chapter 3 is where you actually start writing the program. And then I'm wanting to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that way we can stick to just 2 a week and then 1 in here. And I'm not sure if we're going to do classes and objects. We probably will, because it's something good for you to know. And then the final week, we just have the project due. So that'll work out with that. I want to try to give you the entire week for you to work on your project in there, and you're going to need it. So the week 7, we'll spend the whole time together working on the project. And then this is, your rubric is basically the same thing as there. So you'll see this posted in Canvas very shortly. And let's go to find Canvas. Here it is. So this is Canvas. Everything's broken down in modules. When you first come in, it's going to go to home in here. So then everything you need to do is work on modules. One thing, I'm actually going to get rid of the assignment so you can't see it. And the reason being is there's a lot of assignments in here that you don't need to do. So I'm going to get rid of that. But everything you need to work in, you don't need anything but modules and grades. That's all you need to worry about. So we're going to go into modules. And in the getting started here, or the course resources, you're going to see the syllabus will be in here, in the getting started. Course resources, you're going to need to download Visual Studio 2019 to do all of it. So I'll go over that. I put in a whole bunch of training videos. Some of them I've made, and some of them I have not. Some of them are just online. There's a really good training from Bucky and also Code Beauty. And they go through everything in here. And here is a checklist on how to do things, which I'm going to go over very shortly. So Module 1, you can see in here, all the meeting links will be in here, but it's all going to be the same link. So you don't have to worry about it, but I'll post it in here. And this is a little bit about Visual Studio. So our first assignment is, well, here, let's watch the lecture materials. So you can see, these are PowerPoints, and I have my own twist on them, starting with Chapter 4. These are the book PowerPoints, so that gives you a good idea on what's in the chapter. Let's see. Okay, watch and learn here is, these are all kinds of videos in here that will help you work on stuff. That's, it's related to the chapters in the book. So that should help you. And let's see what else we have. Module 1 and Module 2 is not available, but you can see I need to adjust the dates, and I'm checking on some of the assignments to make sure that they're current. So by the end of the week, everything will be available in here. You can't see it because it's not published in here, but it will be shortly. I'm going to just adjust the due dates and get everything squared away. Everything here is due on March 15th in here. The only thing I'm going to hold you to this week to getting in on time are the 2 discussions in here. And they're due on the 14th, which is Sunday. But if you get them in on Monday, that's okay as well. So let's go right here. The class discussion here is just introduce yourself, and then you're going to comment on 2 posts in there, or you can do as many as you want. I can see, Gary, you've already done it. And so, wow, you guys are pretty on top of things. Awesome. So this is good. So I like this class. You guys are doing good.
Quick question about, is that Monday at midnight? The assignments are due?
Yeah, 11:59. If you get them in sometime Tuesday, I have a busy teaching schedule on Tuesday during the day, so I'm probably not going to grade them, but I like them in on time because I can look at them and go over them. So try to get all your assignments in no later than noon on Tuesday, because I teach from 8 o'clock in the morning till noon on Tuesday mornings. So obviously I'm not going to be able to grade then. But if you get them in, then I can look at them, and you want the feedback on there, not necessarily grading wise, but I want to look at them and be able to go over what we needed to do, and that'll take care of any questions that you have. So make sure that you get them in no later than noon on Tuesday. So again, here's more videos here. So we're going to, let's see. This is a discussion on the difference between C and C++. If you would rather do C++ and C#, I'm okay with that. C++ and C# are very similar. C++ is a super C. It's got more features than C has, and it's much easier and quicker. C# is really what I prefer in. That is more GUI and object oriented, where you can create forms and input boxes and things like that, where you can't really do that in C++ very easily. In C#, it's built right in Visual Studio. Again, here's the rubric for that. So I'm going to go back to the modules, and here is the link to Visual Studio. And I'll show you which one you do. You want to do Community. When you download Community, you will obviously install it. you're going to need to make sure that you install the C++. Now, I recommend that you do that while we're here tonight so I can help you out if you have any problems. When you first go in, you're going to need to make sure that you have the C++ one added. They changed the way it gets installed, and it doesn't get added automatically. So it's really very easy to do. But this is free, so you can just download it and install it. And let's go back to modules.
Sir, I've already installed, or I'm installing the program right now, and it had a lot of options of different things.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of them. Is all that we need C++?
Yeah, if you want, after I get done with this, you can share your screen and I'll show you. That would be great to share your screen so that everybody can see what needs to get installed in it.
Unfortunately, it's already like 76% installed right now, so I've already passed all those steps. And
no, but that's fine.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine because I'll show you how to do it. There's one when you go into. Let me see if can you see my start menu here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go in here. When you get done, you can click on Visual Studio Installer, and it will bring up some extra options. So let me bring up mine. Obviously, I don't want to do it. By the way, the first time you install Video Studio, it'll take forever to load.
It's taken forever. It's been at 76%.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when you actually load it up and run it, it takes, you're going to get the world famous not responding. Don't worry about it. It'll just sit there. So let me see what we have. I haven't done this for a while. It does take a long, long time to load. I've got a million things open, so that's not helping. Okay, I can't proceed because I need to update. I don't want to do that right now. So, it's really pretty easy to do. So here's a training video on Introduction to C++. So again, there's a lot of videos that are YouTube videos and a lot of videos here. Now, John Baugh is really probably one of the best for doing it. He's a professor right over here. He's a professor in a community college in Michigan, somewhere, I forget, the Oakwood Community College, and he's given me permission to link to all of his videos in here. So I would recommend that you do that. If you go into YouTube, let's search for him here, unless something's happened and he's not here. But I'll get back to you on this here for his videos. He's really, 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 really good in there. So hopefully they haven't taken him down. They were there in the fall. So we'll go through some of the other ones. And let's make sure that, let's go to variables and operators. Okay, here's John Baugh
Hello,
here.
it's John Baugh again. And,
Okay, so that's a good sign.
In the first course in computer science with C++ programming. Lesson 2 covers variables, operators, expressions.
So my feelings are, these are really great training videos that he's done in here. I'm a big fan of don't reinvent the wheel. I want to spend our class time helping you with the things that you need to do in here. So you can see there's tons and tons and tons and tons of video in here. So this is going to be your term project guidelines, which we'll go over in here. And I'm going to go over this programming assignments checklist quickly, but we'll go more into it when I start coding. So these are something that you can look at and check off, because this is what I grade on. I look at both your code to make sure it works, and then I look at the way your structure is. So do you have the top commented? Do you have a complete description in here? Are all your variables declared first? Are the variables declared on separate line? I'm going to go over all of these things in here. Are variable names descriptive in here? Are there any one variable names, such as n, or in here? Camel case. What camel case is, all the variable names are all lowercase, except every word, with the exception of the first word, is going to be capitalized the first letter. So if you have something like last name, you can make it all lowercase last name, or you can do last and then capital name in there. So those are the rules in here. I'm a very big stickler for that. And then are there any floats or doubles that should be used as an integer? That's just good programming. You know, again, you'll learn more about that. Are the variables commented? Are constant used for items that cannot change? It's important that you use a constant so it can never be modified by accident, and you're good to go. I'm going to use a constant in one of the programs that we do tonight. Is the CN on the same line as the prompt, which again you're going to learn. So all these things in here, you'll understand when I go and do that stuff. So if you make a checklist here, just print this out and do your checklist before you finally send it in, then that'll help you out big time. And let's go back down to coding standards here. You know, again, this is some standards for you to look at for your own personal information. And okay, I created a program that you can base all of your programs on. So this will be a good time to go over it. So if you put a comment and you want to have it multi-line, it's going to be a slash and star, and then star slash ends it. So your first line should be your name, obviously. Then the assignment name, so you're going to put in page 42, number 3, or whatever it is. A description of the program. This program will get the sum of two variables and divide it by 50, or whatever it is. These things in here, all the includes you're going to put in here. Now, for right now, you really only need Iostream. So, but what we're going to do is when we start programming tonight, we're going to use Iostream, string, Iomanip, and C-type will use later on. That allows you to do certain character functions in here, which we're not really worried. Iostream is your basic input-output. It's how you're going to get it. String, while we don't really need string right now, it allows you to manipulate strings better. So it's just best to put them in. Iomanip allows you to format output to a specific thing, such as 2 decimal places or 10 characters or whatever you want. Using namespace is not required, but if you don't put it in there, then every time you use a CIN or a COUT, you'll have to type in STD : and that would get kind of things. So then I have declare all variables here first. 1 variable per line, all variables. Make sure that you initialize it. Use proper naming. Camel case for variables. Now remember, this is for IT. This is my rules. They're all lowercase letter, no underscores, and second word begins with. Now you can begin with an underscore, but my rule is no. And it's just good standard programming. So example, last name. Constants are to be all uppercase letters, and they're separated by an underscore, such as max numbers. Then the end of it is going to be a system pause and return. Now, the system probably will put in a press any key to continue automatically, but depending upon what compiler you're using, it may not. So that's why you want to put that. So what will happen is if you violate any of these things, it's going to cost you silly points from your program, and I don't want to do that, but I want you guys to learn how to program first, and then you can do your own twist. When I program, I do follow it this way. So, and I have a standard for when I teach database class on how to name things. So, to me, that's just good programming, and you're always being consistent in here. So, if you take a look at this here, and you always start with this, then you're good to go. And, obviously you don't need this here. So, a single line of comment is just the 2 slashes there. So, let's see where else we have. So, again, let's go into this. I don't think we did this yet. So you can watch these as well. So here's a good introduction on how to do.
You went and created a new project.
And this is a Visual Studio how to do that.
Plus project.
So that is a lecture and a video that I made in there. So, again, you want to watch these as much as you can. They'll help you out. If you have the book and follow the book, then you're good to go. So the rest will take week to week. So I'm going to now let you ask any questions in here. Questions going once, going twice.